What's up, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope you're doing well. Continue our journey of men behaving badly with the crew. You know what to do. Go get your snacks because it is not included. Damn it. Go bring your own. Thanks for kicking it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely free to do. Let's get this party started. Snacks not included. Let's freaking go.
We pray with them, that, strengthened and guided by God, they may fulfill his purpose for the whole of their earthly life together. I am required to ask anyone present who knows a reason why these persons may not lawfully marry, to declare it now. Vows you are about to take are to be made in the name of God, who is judge of all.
Damn.
Do you, Garfield, Benji, Digweed, take Dorothy Bianca to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Whoa.
You have the ring?
Yes, Your Grace.
You may kiss.
Wow. Oh my God. What the hell? Wow. My man. Oh shit. 2 pints, prick. Jesus, bro. Holy shit, bro.
Oh.
What a dream.
Oh, God, I've just had a nightmare.
What about?
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it one of your usual ones?
Yes.
Was it the one where I've nailed you to a tree and I'm whipping you with wet towels?
No.
The one where the Pope's stolen your bus pass?
I don't want to talk about it.
You're sharing a houseboat with Noel Edmonds.
No. If you must know, we were getting married and you were pregnant.
But is me being pregnant such a nightmare? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It's one of the taboo subjects. We can spend 2 days arguing about the name of the 5th Osmond, but we can't talk about whether or not we should bring a life into the world.
Brian Osmond, trust me.
It's good, Gary. Come on, we should talk about this. I mean, obviously, I'd rather not have sex with you at all, let alone bear your children. These are the pitiful, dog-eared cards that fate has dealt me.
Wow.
What's your hurry? You've got another good 10 years in you.
Oh, thanks. I've always wanted to be described like a slightly rusty Volvo estate.
5 to 8 of them.
Damn.
I suppose the big question is, Do I really want to have children with a man who still has a Fungus the Bogeyman pillowcase?
What's wrong with that?
Debs.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, I haven't had a woman for over 3 months because I can't get you out of my head. So I've been on this sort of spiral of depression, alleviated only temporarily by these great long binges of self-abuse.
Can I ask you a favour?
Anything.
I need to have my boiler serviced today, but I've got to go to work.
Oh, well, I'll have a go, but I can't guarantee it won't explode.
No. I just wanted to leave you my keys so you can let the man in.
You want to leave me the keys to your flat?
You won't have to go up there, only to let him in.
Of course, yeah. Can I ask you a favour in return?
Sure, what?
Will you sleep with me?
Holy shit!
You don't think that's a bit of an uneven bargain?
Okay. Will you sleep with me and lend me 100 quid?
Damn, man.
You know, test tube babies. I've always wondered, do they keep putting the baby in a bigger and a bigger test tube as it grows? Or do they, like, put it in one really big one to start with?
You are kidding, Gary.
Yes, of course. Isn't it funny how women's ability to reproduce sort of peters out rather pathetically in their 40s, whereas blokes can keep on going right into their 70s?
Not if their girlfriend has battered their genitals to a pulp with their radio alarm clock.
Do you know a single yoghurt pot of my semen is enough to repopulate the whole of Ireland?
Haven't they had a tragic enough history without you turning up at the border with your yoghurt pot?
Wow.
What's the matter with you?
It's serious, Gary. If I can't decide to have children with you, I have to find myself another man. Oh, God. I suppose we'd have to live together.
Would we have to if we had a baby? Couldn't you just pop round with it occasionally? What's so great about children, anyway?
I just want them. It's like you and lager.
Couldn't you get a dog? They're nice. Or you could sponsor a panda.
Bye-bye.
They wet themselves, you know.
Under my arse.
She
Bye,
seems
Dorothy,
happy.
mate.
She's happy.
What's the matter with Dorothy?
Wants a baby.
Hey, guess what? Debs has left me the keys to her flat. I've got to let the gas man in.
That's nice, isn't it? She trusts you.
Yeah, bit of a show of confidence, isn't it?
What's it going to be first, the photo album or the pants drawer?
Neither. Suppose a little look wouldn't really matter. Get them keys to me!
Oh, shit.
Hey, do you ever have one of those fantasies where everybody's been killed in a neutron bomb, but you've survived, and you can roam around people's houses freely? First, I'd drive to Centre Parks, have a go on their big slidey thing by myself all day. Then I'd go round to Princess Di's house, try one of her little leotards.
Tony, too weird, mate.
Sorry, mate. Hey! Debs has got a copy of Lady Chatterley's Lover. And it falls open on the dirty bits.
Whoa.
Even though she's a girl.
Tony, that's your copy. You made her borrow it.
And what I get when I'm beside thee, and what thou gets when I'm beside thee, it's as ont. Thou mun goo. Let me dust thee.
Brilliant. Hey, is this what I think it is?
Whoa!
No. That's for making your hair all bendy.
Well, what about that?
That's for making it all sort of corrugated. Drying it on the move. Drying it at home. removing it.
Honestly, and they wonder why they don't get positions of power in British industry. They're too busy buggering about with their hair.
Hey!
Tony, mate, do you reckon I should impregnate Dorothy or what?
I don't know. Kids, eh?
Yeah. The thing I don't like about babies is they're all small, you know. They're like their new 5p's, they're fiddly.
They are this, like, celebration of this explosive power we have in our loins.
That's true.
It's incredible to think, really, that this simple act that can be over in a matter of minutes...
Seconds.
...can create this complete little chap.
Well, yeah, they're fiddly, though.
Fiddly, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, you can't beat that red string micro bikini, can you?
Just think, you might have a kid that turns out like Deborah.
I can't think about that. That's too complicated.
You know, she's only left these photos lying around to get me going anyway. Yeah. I mean, she behaves like I'm some sort of tool head on the outside, but on the inside, she's quivering with suppressed desire. Like that.
Really?
George, were you there when your son was born?
No, it was a Saturday.
Not there at your desk, George. There at Marjorie's bedside.
No, men didn't attend the birth in those days.
Why?
I think because the baby comes out of a ladies' rude area. We were expected to go home and relax by sort of pacing. Marjorie was in labour for 36 hours, so I managed to pace to Hastings.
So overall, George, are you happy about the way your son turned out?
Oh, yes. Sometimes we wish he'd stop stealing our furniture and selling it. But generally, we've had nothing but joy from Biff.
Why'd you call him Biff?
Well, he was supposed to be Bill, but the lady at the town hall dropped her lunchbox on the F when she was typing out the birth certificate.
Just a couple of inches over, it could have been Bip.
Now, that would have been silly.
Please yourself. Not really me, though, is it, kids, eh? I mean, I'm more your single, sexy kind of bachelor guy, aren't I?
Now, doesn't it worry you that you could die tomorrow without leaving anything of lasting value?
George, I think you're underestimating the impact of my humorous speech to this year's Security Fencing Manufacturers Gala.
And the only disadvantage I can remember is that Marjorie forbade sexual intercourse for 2 years after the birth.
Right, that's it. We're not having children. Anthea, remind me, what's so great about being single and child-free?
Well, you can keep everything neat and tidy and smart around the home.
Exactly.
Yes. And although people don't often visit, well, that gives you lots of time to sit and read your gardening magazines. Or you can nod off with Melody Radio on. And then, although you might sometimes have a bit of a cry, that usually makes you feel much better. And then you can go mad and have sardines on toast to really cheer yourself up.
Sound nasty, but it sounds peaceful. Oh boy. You look like you're doing bad stuff. Oh shit. Wowee. Tony, man.
Bought the Bay City Rollers' new single. I feel all funny when I think of Woody. Lisa came over and we played it 37 times. She's horrible. I hate her. She's horrible.
went to see The Terminator with Mike. I wanted to see the colour purple. He made us sit in the cheap seats.
Aww.
Afterwards, feeling romantic, we went back to his place and made...
Whoa.
pasta. Tony behaved like a complete arsehole today.
He's fucked.
Oh, I don't know. What's made you change your mind?
I don't know. We're okay together, aren't we? Other people do it. I'd have someone to do me shopping when I'm old.
Oh, you dear, sweet, romantic man.
Well, let's face it, one of these fine old days I'm going to die.
Hopefully.
I've got so much to pass on.
That'll be your collection of mugs in the shape of different parts of the body, will it?
No, my experiences, my knowledge.
It certainly would be a catastrophe if all your knock-knock jokes died with you.
I'm serious.
Gary, you have the maturity of a boy of 7.
Well, something to build on, isn't it?
Having a child is a huge responsibility. You're the least responsible person I know. And I know Tony.
I've never had to be before, have I? I mean, parenthood calms you down, doesn't it? Look at your father. I've seen the photographs. He had the biggest winkle pickers in Finchley before he had you.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I find it all a bit daunting. Your body's never the same after you've had a child.
I'll be all right.
Me? Me?
Oh, you don't want to worry about that. I'll be there for you, with all the hot towels.
Well, that'll be handy if I give birth in a Chinese restaurant.
Towels, boiling water, cigars.
And what about when I get varicose veins, stretch marks, crying fits, breasts like footballs?
Now you're talking.
That are too tender to touch.
Yeah.
And things can go wrong. How would you feel if your perineum tore in half?
Disappointed? Oh, they're great, though, aren't they? Running round in their little nappies.
I suppose it'd be okay.
You know, I never really thought about having a child before. This morning, George showed me this picture of his little niece. She's so sweet.
Gary, you big softy.
She's only 19. She's got a fantastic arse.
Whoa!
The point is...
Wow.
She meant nothing to me. I wasn't interested, because I've changed. I want you to have our baby.
I'll come round tonight. Maybe we should just... do it.
Holy shit.
Went down to Tony and Gary's to complain about them singing happy talk at the tops of their voices. Tony wearing his sexy denim shirt. Can't make up my mind if he's stupid and irritating or just misguided.
I'm misguided.
This is
Tony's
great.
definitely stupid and irritating.
Bollocks.
Apparently, after the birth, you can cook the placenta and eat it.
What'd you have with it?
Doesn't say. Probably have it in a bap. Did you know that to aid fertilization, the scrotum is 1 or 2 degrees lower than the rest of the body? That's probably a load of balls. Dorothy and I are going to make a baby. I reckon if we start within the hour, we could squeeze a small one in before Christmas.
Well, can you just do it quietly, please? I've had a bit of a difficult day.
I've been thinking of names. Do you like Bruce? What about Martin?
Oh, come on, that's a bit crap, isn't it?
What's the matter with you?
Oh, well, you know when you've made your washing go a sort of a sludgy colour in the wash?
Yeah.
Well, that's sort of annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if someone did that to you, would you be able to sort of laugh it off?
No.
I better have a rethink.
Ah. Tony, I found another packet.
What, mate?
I found another packet. This one's pre-Dorothy. I used to take it to parties just in case I got lucky. 6 years worth of parties, if I'm honest.
Oh, well, it looks like you've used a couple.
Yeah, we ran out of cling film at my dad's retirement do.
Hey. Hey, what's that?
I got that out of a machine on holiday in Morocco. It turned out to be bubble gum. Still, it seemed to do the trick. Oh. That's one of Dorothy's early caps. We had to stop using it, though. Kept shooting out across the room.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow.
Did the engineer come?
Yes.
Did he service it okay?
Not unless he managed to do it through the letterbox because he called while I was down at the laundrette.
Oh, Tony, couldn't you have done that another day?
Not this particular washing, no.
I can't trust you to do anything, can I?
No. Still, got my sexy denim shirt on, look.
Funny, man.
Oh, no!
Anything wrong? Oh, the sods, eh?
Nothing seems to be missing.
I think you'll find there is.
Oh, no, they've taken my camera.
No, they haven't.
They haven't. Oh, Tony, what did you do? Come up and leave the door open or something.
Debs? I think you're underestimating me. Slightly. So, we're looking for someone who breaks into people's houses, steals their duvet and their underwear.
Looks like it.
Ay.
Well, I don't think there's very much more I can be doing here now. I might as well just leave you to...
Tony, have you been reading these?
No! I don't read other people's diaries.
How do you know they're diaries?
You're hardly likely to keep old copies of Exchange and Mart in your undies drawer, are you? Not unless you want to order up a lawnmower whilst you're choosing your pants.
You're behind this, aren't you, Tony?
Yes.
And what are you going to do about it?
Apologise a lot.
And?
Give you lots of money to make up for any financial loss.
And?
Put my hand in the drawer. Thank you.
Oh, man. Strangling it?
Oh, hello. Do you like me bunny?
Pretty.
Yeah, well, when I buy my kid a cuddly toy, I buy my kid a cuddly toy. Know what I mean? They did have a 4-foot hamster, but frankly, that scared the shit out of me.
Gary, don't you think all this is a little premature?
Oh, look, I know we won't get there straight away, but the way I see conception is it's like a coconut shy. If you chuck enough balls and enough coconuts, you win a fish. Watch this.
Gary, I think you should... Gary, get... Gary, I don't want to have children with you.
Oh, shit.
I just set fire to all our favourite contraceptives. Well, why? What's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's
No,
just...
come on, I can take it.
Okay. Well, you know I had my doubts, but I think what really clinched it was examining the contents of your briefcase.
I thought I'd lost that.
Your fatal mistake was giving me a glimpse into your private world.
How do you mean?
Fizzy fish, Gary? You're 34.
So?
A scrapbook of Michaela Strachan.
Very professional.
An entry form for a wet T-shirt competition, filled out on my behalf.
Obviously, you don't have to enter that if you think it's in any way slightly tacky.
Oh, you're so kind. But I think what worried me most was this. Do you see my problem?
I think you're just feeling a little bit negative. Are you ovulating?
I'm sorry, Gary.
From another flower in its feet and pollinate this flower. You ever thought of donating sperm?
Yeah. I went to one of them sperm banks once.
Did you?
This bird in a white coat showed me through to this room where they got these magazines, you know, for you to use. You know. Strange, really, because there are quite a few copies of Caravanning Monthly.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of copies of Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
So I started, you know,
Yeah.
I started...
Choke your chicken.
Yeah.
You yank your plank.
Yeah.
Oil up your baseball bat.
Yeah.
Slap your granny.
Yeah. Turned out to be a dentist waiting room. Sperm bank was next door.
Did that really happen?
No.
I don't believe him.
So who would you like to have children with, ideally?
Kylie.
Kylie?
Kylie.
Why?
Well, if the little chap's having a hard time getting to sleep, who better to sing Away in a Manger than Kylie? With her infallible ear for rhythm and a distinctive Aussie brogue. And, you know, despite being petite, I get the impression she's strong as an ox.
We got to hear more Kylie songs in the future.
Hey, what's this?
It's the womb.
Oh, yeah, they're good, they are.
It's the womb, where the babies come from.
Oh, shit.
You put it on and it comforts the baby, reminds him of safety. What did Deborah say about me in her diary?
Says you're a bit of a pompous twat.
How's your hand?
Shit.
My fingers are turning blue.
Still. It's all part of growing up, isn't it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about it. Gary don't want to ever grow up. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much if you made it this far. So my man Gary's dream girl, Kylie Minogue, we definitely need to see, experience and hear some more songs of her. Yeah, that was pretty cool to hear, you know, who he kind of envisioned. But at the same time, he had this scrapbook with this name. We got to look up this. We need to get some intel on that. So we'll probably have to do for research purposes, look up, because my man had an extensive scrapbook. That picture of his son was absolutely phenomenal. Great picture. Definitely very illustrative. You know, well done. Those ears and that forehead, it will probably give me some nightmares. So instead of me thinking that my man's had a dream. He had an absolute nightmare. So that whole sequence, that whole wedding sequence, threw me for a loop in the beginning, especially with the title babies and shit. So I'm like, oh shit, things just certainly kind of changed up the pace a little bit there. And obviously we're getting fooled. Well, at least I'm the fool. And seeing this whole thing, you got freaking Dorothy, who's looking beautiful there, right, in her gown. Ends up she's pregnant, and then when he goes like this, he kind of looks at him. He looks out, you see that he's freaking pregnant. Holy shit. So my man had the craziest nightmare there. A lot of crazy scenes. You had the Auntie and George dancing. You had Deborah, I guess, whipping my man's, and Tony. Gotta give a lot of credit to Tony. Tony does a lot of great things, but man, his facial expressions when he was getting whipped from, excited to, ooh, I can't do it. Obviously, I can't do it, but my man, he's looking at the camera. You get that side view of him, it's there. He's going along, man. That shit was great. So that opening scene, fantastic. And just seeing, essentially Dorothy wanting a kid. And obviously, my man Gary was very hesitant and not really feeling that idea in the beginning. And she's storming out. She's pissed off. My ass, this shit. And she's not in the greatest mood. Tony's like, yo, what the hell's going on and shit. So a great, I think today's episode was great just for the story alone. This potential wedding sequence, dream, nightmare happening. And then he's going on board with this shit. Like, he was thinking about having a baby, which he's like, oh man, he's kind of, he has a soft side and shit like that. But I mean, one of the greatest things about these two guys is they technically really don't grow up, man. What's wrong with ladies, guys, fellas? What is wrong with the snacks that he was having in there, guys? I didn't see no problem with that. You like what you like. So you'll have to fill me in. Is that some sort of kid snack? I guess so. I mean, I'm a little clueless on that part right there. But another banger of an episode. You can see definitely how things have changed. But you got to wonder, what the hell was Deborah thinking to let this guy have the keys? He has the hots for her since like the longest. So this devilish thing, like, they're sitting down, they're in the the kitchen, and he's like, in so many words, so we gonna do this? What we gonna see first? The panty draw? Like, that shit was crazy. So them going inside. This is why Tony is very awesome on the show. Tony, phenomenal performance there. His overall excitement when he's standing and he's in front of the dresser and he's doing these like little innocent kind of motions, and almost like you're not supposed to be doing this, you're gonna get in trouble, like if you're a young kid, you're gonna do something bad, and mom and dad is gonna whoop your ass or some shit, and he's doing that. He's got his drink, whatever drink he's drinking, he's making himself pretty damn comfortable in her place. And, he finds the goods, when I did not expect him to put that shit on his head. So when he put that, the panties on his head and he's just chilling, I think he even smelled it too, if I'm not mistaken. And then he's going to get ready to read this stuff. I loved how, we got the narration, going on with Deborah to make it really good. So they made those scenes very good. Her, what she was saying about Tony. He's got to flip the page, to find out. We now know what she thinks about Gary, which honestly, not surprised there. But this was a really cool episode. So that whole scene, that whole bedroom scene, flipping through the pictures and shit, and Tony painting a picture like, what if she was like, that's why we love Tony, because some of the things he says is just mind boggles you, man. And you're like, even Gary's like, nah, chill, I don't want to envision that shit. So when they were having that piece in the living room there, that shit was absolutely funny. Gary had one of the best lines or best sequences there on the show when he was talking about the niece, and you see kind of, Dorothy butter up. She's like, her eyes are open, like, oh, like, and we're all thinking, or at least I'm thinking, oh, talking about little niece, whatever age and shit. And he said, yeah, 19. She's got a nice ass and shit. I'm like, holy shit, Gary. Gary is a crazy, crazy dude, man. Great conversations as well in the job place when he's talking and trying to get a little wisdom, with his coworkers, Antia and George. I always kind of like that he does talk to George because you like to think that he has experience learning a little bit about the times and just in general, he is a guy that you can go to or not. Antia's story was the most peaceful story ever. And as you get older, man, I don't know about you all, you do appreciate peace and stuff. So that was a beautiful painted picture that Antia was doing on this show. So as you get older, you let me know, guys, what you think about that. Do you prefer your peace and shit like that? I grew up very chaotic. Now just reading a book, chilling out, watch a show, kick back, relax, very low key is the way I like to be. I go on the record. I'm not about that club life. That's not for me. I'm not a party guy or anything like that, even though I look like I could party like crazy and shit like that. I know myself. I turn into a different person, and drinks and party atmosphere. So I stay clear of those scenarios. But dope episode. Love it. Definition, men behaving badly, these boys being boys, doing things that we would expect these guys to do. So Tony going into the apartment, loved it. I absolutely loved it. But again, it just blows my mind how crazy, freaking Deborah is to even give him the key, man. You giving him the keys to your palace. And I feel like that's a typical thing that Tony would do. And shit, even Gary, would be doing the same shit. So, great sequences, great story, great episode. Overall, just a phenomenal episode here, from start to finish. It just keeps getting better and better. These characters are great. Story's great. We love we love Dorothy to pieces. Her just quick-witted, she's always got some sort of jab, and especially when they were talking in the bed, before about the babies and shit like that, I just love the way she jabs back. So their banter back and forth, absolutely living for it. She's one of my favorite characters on this show. Obviously there isn't many characters on this show, but stellar overall. Another banger of an episode. It's something we look forward to week to week. So thanks for accompanying me on the journey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely free to do. I don't know if this thing popped up, so if it popped up twice, my bad. But don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat. Thanks so much for hanging out. Shout out to the Patreons as well. Have a fantastic Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be checking out some, Dad's Army. So thank you all for hanging out. See you soon. Peace out. Also, one more thing that just came to my mind, before I get off, though. Tony's story at the end with the dentist shit was absolutely freaking amazing. And I don't believe him for a minute that is not what happened and that's a made-up story. Let me know if you think that was a made-up story in the comments down below. Thank you all. Enough of my yapping. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.